Today's episode of The Sit Down with Scott Dion Brown is brought to you by Jeanette McKenzie, Realtor at Forest Hill Signature, Jewelry Forever at jewelryforever.ca, and Beautified by Romina. Enjoy the show.
Broadcasting live from Glenmore Record Studios in Toronto, this is The Sit Down with Scott Dion Brown, your Sunday morning talk show with interesting guests, live musical performances, and the most fun you can fit in your coffee cup. Hosted by Scott Dion Brown and Regine Alaina, this is The Sit Down with Scott Dion Brown.
Bum, 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 bum. Y'all ready for this? Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 237?
8.
Or is, no, I think it's 7, right? Episode 237 of The Sit Down with Scott Dion Brown, and I am your host, the one, the only, Scott Dion Brown. And look at that. We start our episode with a $2 super chat from the one and only Thomas.
Oh, Thomas.
Thomas, thank you so much. He hit, oh, there it is right there. Oh, I get it. Wow. $2 through super chat. Thank you so much, Thomas. And he says, I hit 416 subscribers.
Woo.
Congratulations, Thomas. Congratulations. And thank you. That's very nice. Thank you. It's the Labor Day long weekend. Do they have that in the U.S.? It is. So happy Labor Day, everybody. Here we are, and it's episode 237 of The Sit Down. I am Scott Dion Brown, joined by the greatest co-host in all the galaxy, the one, the only,
Regine Alaina. Happy long weekend. Happy Sunday. Happy Labor Day weekend. Happy heat wave, Scott.
Yeah, it's a heat wave today.
Yeah, there's a heat wave in Toronto.
It's supposed to get warm. It wasn't that warm like this morning, like just getting up, but I noticed when I was checking the weather, it's supposed to go up to close to like 30 degrees Celsius today.
Yeah. That's scary. Oh, what did Thomas say? I started school and I'm already passing. Yay!
Great start. You got it, Thomas.
Yeah.
Good job.
It's going to be a great school year for you, Thomas.
Yep. Rock and roll. And thanks again for the super chat. So,
yes, thank you.
How's everything, Regine? How's your week?
I'm exhausted. As we mentioned in last week's episode, I was busy with Canadian National Miss pageants last weekend. So I had the pageant hangover, which I didn't think that I would since I wasn't competing. But I guess as a coach and being a part of the staff, you end up getting the pageant hangover regardless. So
yeah,
it was exhausting, but I did end up going to the CNE one more time. So fun way to end the summer. How about you?
I've also got a little pageant hangover myself, Regine, because I was also at the Canadian National Miss pageant.
Yeah.
Regine and I had very different jobs. Regine was, of course, you were coaching, and you were also the MC at the event.
And staff. So I was helping Elizabeth. Congrats, Elizabeth, on an amazing event.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's true. Like that's actually the coolest thing is like, Elizabeth Marnock, the architect, the creator of this event. Mm-hmm. I mean, she built it out of nothing. There was zero
was an idea.
The pageant did not exist. No. And through her will and work and determination, she pulled it into existence. Mm-hmm. And I mean, people from all over the country flew in to be a part of it. Yep. I have a lot of respect for people who, make that kind of thing happen.
No, for sure. And I love that. So Elizabeth has been doing pageants since I think she was 15. I could be wrong. Elizabeth, I know you're not watching because you're competing right now. She's competing right now at another pageant. But to think that she has been competing in so many different systems since she was little or younger. Yeah. She's never little. She's like 6 foot. But to take all of the things that she's learned from different systems, what she likes, what she doesn't like, a lot of it is based from American pageantry and bringing it to Canada. Yeah. I think it's amazing.
It was cool. And so you were the MC. Mm-hmm. I was the official photographer.
Official.
Which was cool.
Yeah.
And I also got to do, so I was doing the photography during the event itself, getting all of the on-stage photos.
Yeah.
And then I got to do the very fun Queen's photo shoot
Yeah.
after the fact. So all of our new winners, the Miss Teen, and the Ms., all three of them newly crowned that same night. We did like around the hotel, various places in the lobby and stuff.
Yeah.
We did a really cool photo shoot with a bunch of different
It looks
outfits.
sick. Sickening.
Yeah, I was very, very happy with how it went. I was also nervous leading into it. I was telling you on the night, right? And I told you about it, but like, this was my first time. So I've done quite a few photo shoots now, even with you and like with other people. I've done photo shoots, and I've done a lot of video work at live events. You know, a lot of my, especially early video work was recording live bands in like a live setting. So it was quite related to what this was.
Yeah.
But this was the first time I'd ever been hired to do on-stage photography. And because of that, I
Don't
was...
tell that on air.
Yeah.
Elizabeth is probably like, who did I hire?
Who is this guy? Well, I mean, I will say, at least like I assume she hired me more for what was going to happen in the Queen's photo shoot afterwards. Which is, you know, because that's what she'd seen. She'd seen my photography work in like a studio setting.
She saw my headshots.
Yeah. And that's the thing. So what I was nervous about was I knew that in a photo shoot setting, like what we've done or what I've done in the studio before, right? I can take my time, or at the very least, I can tweak things as you go, right? So like a lot of times when I'm working with somebody, you know, you get them in the shot, you set up your camera, and then I'm playing with lights, and you know, okay, let's try this light here, and let's try this angle, and move here and tilt your head down. You know, you're doing that kind of thing. And that's something that I'm used to doing and that I was comfortable doing.
Yeah.
And that's why I wasn't worried about the post-show shoot. But suddenly this idea that I needed to get the right photo
At the right moment.
in the exact, like in the moment that they're on stage. And if I miss it, it's
gone.
It's gone.
Forever gone. You're going to have to like screen grab the stream.
Yeah, exactly.
Speaking of the stream, can I just interrupt your thought for a second?
Go ahead.
Sorry. It's funny because, so I was obviously there, so I was like your test shot for a lot of these moments on stage, not realizing during the break that the stream was still running.
Oh, yeah.
So they're like, my friends are like screen grabbing me on stage, posing, and they're like, look at you go. And I'm like, oh no.
Yeah, that's right. Because the live stream for this one was literally like they had a phone set up just on a little stand
On YouTube.
and it was just rolling for the entire
Yeah.
thing.
So every time you're taking a screenshot or a test shot of somebody, and even when you're taking pictures of the judges, it's there.
Yeah, that's right. In fact, that's right. I remember there was a moment when I was taking a shot of the judges and someone was like, Scott, you're on the stream. And I look over, I'm like, oh yeah, hello. Here I am. So that's right.
Sorry, I can't finish.
Oh yeah. But anyway, so I was just a little bit nervous about kind of again, like I've shot live bands, you know, but I don't know why, maybe just because I've done it before, but I didn't feel a pressure with that because, you know, reconnecting. Okay, we reconnected. If we disappeared for a second, hi, we're back. Hi, we're back. You're checking?
No,
Okay.
we're fine. If that's actually. Look at this camera. No, put it back.
What? Oh.
I just want to see if it's actually live. Uh-oh. Oh, no.
Okay, yeah, a picture just came back. I think we're good again. Okay.
Oh, yeah, they heard me say, uh-oh.
Okay, good.
All right,
yeah, so
we're back.
I think
Sorry
we're
about
back.
that.
Sorry, everybody. I don't know what happened. The internet decided to do something weird, and I don't know what happened. Oh, yeah, even the chat thing is back.
We're back.
All right.
You guys didn't miss much. But anyways, we were talking about the Canadian National Miss Pageant.
Yeah.
And I do want to say a huge congratulations, not only to Elizabeth, but also her team and then staff, her staff who did an amazing job in making the pageant successful, but also a huge congratulations to all of the winners. They are the very first queens. So Miss Teen, New Brunswick, Catherine.
Yep.
Congratulations to Catherine. Miss Mia Dale. Congratulations to Mia. And for the Ms., it was Queen, all the way from Guelph. So congratulations to all of the amazing winners. I just realized, saying it out loud, we have a winner from Winnipeg, Ontario, and New Brunswick.
Yep.
all coast, all different time zones.
It's pretty cool. And they were all, I mean, like I said, I got to do the shoot with them afterwards. They were really fun to work with. Mia she's been on the show before, I think. Has she?
Mia was, yes. We had her on with Team Canada Galaxy. She was my Galaxy sister in 2022.
Yeah.
I believe she brought her ferret on air with her when she was with us.
Yeah, that's right.
She's a proud mother of 2 ferrets.
That's cool. There weren't any ferrets at the...
No, she had to leave them at home.
Yeah, I can imagine. But anyway, yeah, so it was fun. Fun week. Like I said, had some nerves, got over them. Photos went well. You can see one of the photos from the photo shoot is on my Instagram as well as on the Canadian National Miss Pageant Instagram. It just looks, as we took the photo, I even said it on the night and just at the time being like, this looks like something that like the Kardashians would create. Like it was that kind of style.
Very Vogue-esque.
Yeah. They're wearing like red dresses and they're on the stairs. We shot in the lobby going up the stairs in the hotel, and it all just came together in a very nice way. So I'm pretty proud of it, and it was fun to work with them.
Good job. You had great models. I mean,
Yeah.
it worked out that all 3 of them have experience in front of the camera too.
Oh yeah, and you could tell like that's the thing. It's such a collaborative kind of experience, right? Like you could have a photographer who knows what he's doing, right? But everything has to come together. Like there needs to be you need the models, you need the subject of your photography to know what they're doing.
Yeah.
You need makeup artists who know what they're doing, hair people. You have to have the costumes that they're wearing need to fit. The setting needs to fit. Like there's just so many things that have to come together.
Yep.
And so it was just, well, again, I guess credit to Liz. She pulled together a really great crew of people that were able to do it.
And
So,
speaking of, you mentioned hair and makeup, so shout outs to Montana and Melissa, who was their hair and makeup sponsor,
Yep.
as well as Elizabeth Noel Boutique, who did dress the women for their Queen's photo shoot. My voice is disappearing. Queen's photo shoot with their lovely red dresses and my pink Barbie moment. So,
Boom.
Thanks, ladies.
There you go. So yeah, that was our most, I guess, the busiest we were last week.
Yes, that
Yeah.
was our Sunday. Well, no, not the busiest I've been. Oh my God, Thomas has a girlfriend.
I mean, her name is E. I'm very happy for you, Thomas.
Congratulations. But anyways, yeah, so I had a very busy weekend, all in all, with Galaxy. Team Canada Galaxy, who we've had on the show, and we should definitely mention. A crown has come home to Canada.
Oh, really? Somebody who was on the show went over there. And her name is Amber. All right. Congratulations. Hello, Amber. Shout out to you there.
Amber
Thomas.
was not the winner of Galaxy, but
No.
Our little miss, Tara.
Tara.
Yes, who sat on this very couch.
That's right.
She brought home the crown for a Little Miss Galaxy International 2024, which is huge for the Min family because Nicole won Junior Miss Galaxy Internationals 2022.
Oh.
2 years later, her sister.
The dynasty continues.
Yes.
That's cool.
So I'm trying to encourage her mother to also do it. I'm like, there's something in the water in your household. You might as well.
Get the whole family in there. Every one of them must get a crown. That's cool. Well, congratulations, Tara. Well done.
Yeah, congrats. And congratulations to all the rest of Team Canada. I mean, Leah, who we've had Miss Preteen Galaxy Canada, she was first runner-up. Tatiana, Junior Miss Galaxy Canada, was second runner-up.
Nice.
And then we had both Denise and Trisha, both in the Mrs. division, both placed in the top 8. So
Nice.
Go
So
Team Canada!
Overall, a good showing from the country.
Yeah.
Do we know what Australia did for the pajama party?
They
Do we know?
did. They did. I don't know what sport it is, but they wore one of their sports team's jerseys. Yeah.
Okay.
Because I know that is something that we were.
I was wondering. I wanted to see what they were going to do.
Yeah, let me see if I can find it for you.
Okay. Oh, her name is Amber, not E. Honestly, Thomas, I think it would be funny if her name was E, because it'd be like E. You know what I mean?
E.T. phone horn.
Or that.
Sorry.
Or that. Either one. But that's good. Congratulations, you and Amber. Regine, I got to show you this video.
Yes.
This thing has been going viral. Okay. It's gonna. We'll be able to talk a little bit about it, but it's basically this thing about behavior on planes.
Okay.
Okay. So you
Speaking of
haven't
flying places.
you haven't seen this, right? Right?
No.
Okay, so hang on. I'm just searching it up here. Okay. So let me see if this is okay. Hang on. I want to find this one. Yep. Okay. Hang on. Can I full screen this?
I don't think you can.
How do I full screen a short? Do I have that option?
No.
Okay, whatever. You guys can see. Okay, here. Okay. Check this out, Regine. So what you're about to see is happening on an overnight flight to somewhere, okay?
It's cute.
Okay, yes. It's a cute hat, and it's got some kind of bunny ears.
Yeah.
But this is an overnight flight. So for overnight flights,
Okay.
they usually dim the lights, right? So that people can sleep.
Yes.
And this person decided it would be a good time to turn on their strobe light hat.
I mean, one is cute. It's a cute hat. My only concern, and I get people want to sleep and they're going to be pissed off because it's so bright.
Yes.
My only concern are people who have epilepsy.
I actually saw some people did bring that up as well. Yes.
Because you might not know you have epilepsy, or you might have it and you don't tell people, and you get on a flight and then you have a seizure. Like, that is dangerous.
True.
If I was on that flight and I was trying to sleep, I think I'd have that same reaction, like, haha, it's cute. And I'm like, okay, kid, turn it off.
Yeah. I would be. So here's my issue. One,
Tell us your issue, Scott.
I already have a very hard time sleeping on planes. Okay. I think we've talked about it before, but like, I've done overnight flights hoping or planning to sleep. And I realize now, like, it just, maybe I can get an hour.
Yeah.
I can just never get comfortable. So I'm just imagining if I was on that flight and I maybe by some miracle managed to finally drift to sleep for a moment, and then suddenly the seat next to me starts having like a dance party light show.
I mean, I would join them. I'm like, yes, yes, yes.
I mean, again, depends what you're in the mood for. But so obviously a lot of people are really mad about it.
Yeah.
Right. Again, but what's interesting is, so I don't know if it's directly related to this or not, but like I first saw this on Phil DeFranco, and he was talking about how there's an airline in Europe somewhere that's talking about starting having a section of their planes
Specifically for kids?
Specifically like a section like for where no kids allowed.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, remember there used to be like a smoking and non-smoking section?
Yeah.
I mean,
So they would have a section where basically you'll have like a family section, and then there's a no children allowed section on the plane. What do you think?
isn't that what, like, first class? I guess kids are in
Kids are
first
allowed in
class.
first class, yeah.
Would you have to pay a premium to be on a no kids section,
I
or
think that's what
on
they're gonna
family
do.
section?
I believe the premium is on the no kids section.
Okay.
It would be funny if it was the reverse, but I'm pretty sure people would be so mad if that was the
Because
case.
it would be more of like a, I guess, an upgrade for some. I can't think of the right word to use. Of like, okay, well, you want to sit with no children? Here's a premium price.
Yes.
It's an add-on.
Yes. My issue with this, though, is like, so again, so some of the comments people are talking about, like, oh yeah, like we should have a place with no kids. But my issue with this is that this is not the fault of the kid.
No, it's the fault of the parent. What parent would be like, here, let's put on this? It's like if they were wearing those squeaky shoes on a plane, and
Yes.
then you let your kid run.
Yes.
That's all you'd hear.
So, I mean, and again, I'm just imagining, hang on, like, let's go back to the video for a second
Okay.
here. Because I want to show you, okay, again, we can't really zoom in, but watch. So look, they blurred out the kid's face, and that's good. Like, I've seen the video without the kid's blurred out. But like
they
the
don't
kid,
blur out the dad.
well, it's because, he's a minor. But I'm glad because the dad should be the focus. Look, the dad is just letting it happen. The kid's sitting in his lap, and the dad is just, look. Now, I don't know. I haven't heard. I haven't seen the original video, so I don't know if like somebody's yelling, because obviously there must be a reason why he's looking right here. So maybe the person who's filming is saying something or like pointing it out. But like the guy, the dad right here is the reason here. He is at fault.
Well, is he though? Because then again, going back to people with invisible disabilities, what if the kid has autism or the kid has something that is their comfort?
The flashing light thing.
Well, maybe they're scared of the dark.
It could be, but I have to still say that like that doesn't put you in a position where you could like ruin everybody's else's comfort.
I understand, but then it's also like, what if the kid does need that for comfort? Would you rather have a screaming child or a flashing headband and the kid being happy?
Honestly, I would choose the screaming child.
Really?
I've been on a plane with crying babies, and like,
I would rather deal with the flashing lights.
I mean, the problem with the flashing light is it's like, I mean, I guess if you have the mask, if you have an eye mask, you won't notice it. But I find for me, for example, again, I have a hard time sleeping on planes. I know there are people who are sensitive sleepers and stuff. Like flashing lights, like really can throw off your ability to sleep.
Okay, but what if you weren't even in that section? Would it still bother you?
I mean, well, obviously not. No, because I'm
like,
not.
what if the kid was like, I don't know, row A, and you were at like W? I don't even know if that's.
I mean, yeah,
aisle.
if it's
and it's not like you see it from a distance, but it's not like super bright in your face. Would that still bother you?
I mean,
because those people are just super close to the kid, and I think that's why the video is created.
Yeah, I mean, I would. Yeah, I mean, that's probably the case, but yeah, I mean, again, I'm thinking in terms of if I was on the plane and it happened, like, again, the distance that this person is from here, like, especially in a dark plane like that, that thing is going to feel like a massive strobe light on there.
Also, how long did the kid have this hat on for where it was flashing? Like, maybe he just wanted to be like, or they wanted to be like, look at my hat, and show the whole airplane like they are right now. And they're like, okay, all done. Gonna save my battery.
There is zero amount of time that's acceptable for me.
Well, oh my God.
Because again, it's an overnight flight. It's nighttime.
How do you know it's like?
So
what if it's just like 8 p.m. and the lights just went down, and this was his moment or their moment to be like, look at my hat.
Even then, I will say unacceptable. It's unacceptable to me because one, you don't know what people's schedules are, right?
Okay.
So again, it could be if it is an overnight flight, even if it's 8 p.m. There could be somebody there. You don't know what their circadian rhythm is. You don't know when they were planning to sleep. You don't know how important it is. You don't know how exhausted they are, or whether they need energy, or if they've planned it. Blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
I just don't like this. It's inconsiderate. It's just inconsiderate.
But what if this kid came from like Disney World?
It doesn't matter. That's not anybody else's problem. That's not anybody else's problem.
No, because if you do go to Disney World, and let's say you got on a flight at Orlando, you are gonna get the loud, screaming, colorful, light up children.
I mean, I've never seen. I agree with you that kids can be loud on planes. I've been on planes with kids. However, what I've experienced, even in that situation, is like usually once the kids are getting tired, there's a point where the plane does get quiet, because even the toddlers eventually tucker themselves out and the babies fall asleep. And I'm just imagine the all-child or the family side of the plane, right? And the mom's been crying. The mom's been trying to get the baby.
Mom's been crying.
Well, the mom's probably crying too, but the mom's been trying to get the baby to fall asleep, and she finally, he's finally falling asleep. And she puts him in those little, they have those little cradles that they have like in the planes. She puts him in. He's finally sleeping. Oh, good. I can finally get a moment. And then in that moment, this guy decides that his kid wants to have a strobe light on in the middle of the plane. And the baby goes, the problem wouldn't even be solved by an all family section.
But would the lights even wake up a sleeping baby? No.
I think it might.
I don't think so.
Yeah, because the light's flashing in the eyes.
Yeah, but if it's in a bassinet, their eyes are gonna be covered.
Yes, I mean sure, but,
exactly.
It depends where you're sitting. In fact, even then, because look at the video. The biggest problem with it is that
I'm just like
the biggest problem with it is like it reflects off the walls. You see that? So it's basically, it's not just, even this video, you're not seeing the light off of the kid as much as you're seeing the light off of everything else. So that's like flashing off the ceiling.
But Scott, look at all those people who are sleeping and unbothered by it. Go back. Look. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's at least 5 people in that shot who are sleeping.
I I'm guaranteed.
No. Their eyes are closed. They're asleep. And the difference between a screaming child and a flashing light hat is, yes, you can wear a mask and it's gone.
Yes.
Or you can close your eyes and it'll eventually disappear because the battery will die.
Yep.
But a screaming child, you will not fall asleep, regardless if you have headphones in or
People
not.
bring earplugs on planes. Like, because airplanes are already
So then
loud.
what's the difference between bringing a mask on the flight?
The difference is this.
Or using the blanket that they give you and cover your face with it.
The difference is this, right? I think generally speaking, people accept that babies cry and that there's nothing they can do about
I
it.
would rather accept a flashing hat than a screaming child.
If you had to, okay, how about this?
Because what if this child had like a scream and the pitch just goes straight to your earlobe?
Yeah. But
That's
even then,
worse than a flashing light.
you know what I think what bothers me, and it's what probably irks people as well, is it's not even, because you are right that a screaming child can be very, especially if it's right next to you.
Yep.
I agree with you. The issue I have is that this issue is not caused by something that like we can't control, as in like, oh, the baby's crying. I'm sorry. I'm trying to make it not cry. The equivalent of this would be like if the parent brought like a megaphone or something and was purposely trying to make the baby cry to make everybody else hear it.
I don't know.
Like this behavior is being,
This behavior.
yes, it's being allowed and encouraged by the adult. That's the problem for me.
My only concern with this hat is the fact that it can give someone a seizure if they have epilepsy. Other than that, I have no issues with it. I am going to Disney World again, or Orlando again in December. I am going to find that hat and I'm going to wear it on the flight. And I will let you know how it goes. I will go viral.
I think some people will yell. I don't know where the hat's from.
Let them yell. Be like, bro, it's my hat.
Uapo Ako, what's up? How are you? I will say this. If I saw this happening on a plane, it would be hard for me not to say something. And at the very least,
But you never say something.
well, it's because it's hard to get me to that
Okay,
point.
fine. How long does this kid's hat have to be flashing for you to be like, okay, that's enough?
Long enough to bother me.
And how long is that?
So for me, the exact moment would be I'm on an overnight flight.
Yeah.
And maybe I'm flying somewhere. Maybe I'm flying somewhere for work, because that's a lot of times when people are on those flights, let's say. Yeah, actually, I should say that. People fly for all sorts of reasons. Assume you're on a flight, overnight flight for work. You're working the next day. Your plan is to sleep on the plane, right? You've managed to just fall asleep, and you get woken up by a strobe light. And you look over, and it's a kid wearing a strobe light, and the parent is just like letting it happen.
Okay.
Yeah, in that case, I would say something. I would have to.
I'm buying you a flashing light for your birthday.
I mean, it's a fun hat. I don't have a problem. I don't even have a problem with the hat. I have a problem with a parent that would let their kid do that in a place like that.
No, straight up. I'm going to get you a flashing hat light for your birthday. Be prepared.
We should wear it on the show. I'm down. I actually do. It is a fun hat, and I like that the ears pop up and everything.
Yeah,
It's a great
cute
hat.
It's a cute kid.
But there's a time and a place.
Again, you don't know. Maybe that hat was literally for the kid to be like, hi, look at my hat, and then turns it off.
Your kids are not other people's problems, especially not on a plane.
I have no problem with it.
All right. I mean, I guess we disagree.
We disagree.
We disagree.
Yeah, agree
We
to disagree.
I don't like this thing now where it's like people need to go out into the world and be considerate of those around you. Like there should be this sort of built-in societal, I don't know what you'd call it, shame. We should all have this fear, not an overwhelming fear, but a slight amount of fear that we're going to be doing something that is like, that other people would look down on societally.
You know what's crazy though? If you think about it, like how that video went viral and the dad, you just gave him shit on the show. Sorry, I did not mean to swear.
It's okay.
But you literally just shamed him.
Yes.
But when you think about it, we are in a world where everyone has a phone and you can literally go viral and canceled, since cancel culture is such a thing.
Yep.
But people don't care.
I mean, yeah.
I literally just said, I'm going to buy that hat, wear it on a plane, and I'm going to go trending. Like, it doesn't phase anybody.
And the thing about that is that that's kind of, that's kind of a part of the problem, is that there are a lot of people who kind of,
I have a problem.
well, it's not that, but it's like there are people who kind of take it too far.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, again, we're seeing in a lot of those like YouTube pranks where like people, I don't know if you've seen these pranks where there's a guy who will, in the airport, they'll like go up to people and like be like, oh, this is my bag. And they'll like try to take their bag away.
Well, I'd be so pissed.
Yeah. And like, because again, it looks, what their behavior is like completely exact. If someone was actually trying to rob you, this is what it would look like. But they're just doing it as a prank. And they're usually doing it for people who are like, maybe they're tourists, they don't know the country they're in, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Like, just imagine if especially if you're traveling in a foreign place, you don't know the culture, you don't know, like, what am I dealing with here?
Yep.
Right. Or like there's another one where a guy comes in and like, he goes into grocery stores where people are like paying for their groceries, and he like starts to claim that these are my groceries, and he starts trying to take the groceries. And I think somebody got shot actually doing that.
Holy shoot.
Yeah, it was in the U.S.
Literally, holy shoot.
Yeah. But again, it's like that entire thing comes from this. They want to go viral, so they're willing to kind of ruin these societal norms.
Yeah.
And messing with people.
No, I know. Like, my husband's a teacher, a high school teacher, and he even says like sometimes these pranks that students are doing just to go viral is very dangerous.
Yeah. And they do it just to get like they mess with you, or they poke you a little bit to get a rise out of you, hoping that you'll react in some way, and then they can use it.
Oh, social media. Anyways, so yes, we decided to agree to disagree. We both have our different views on it. I don't mind the bright lights on a kid's hat. You mind it.
I don't. Okay, to be clear, I don't mind bright lights on a kid's hat. I think it's a pretty fun hat. I think you need to be able to tell your child, no, you can't use that on a plane surrounded by people. It's nighttime. No, this is not the place. You have to be able to say no.
Okay, question for you. Would you rather that kid wear that hat for 5 minutes or have that kid running around with bright shoes, like the light up shoes with squeaky noises? Entire flight, and they're running back and forth.
I mean, if I had to choose between those two things, obviously I'll choose the one that's 5 minutes over like all night. But even to that, I would say the answer should be neither. Like as I already know it's difficult. Like there are situations where like sometimes you don't have a choice to, whether or not to travel with your kids, right? But I just think that there is an element of, I think it's similar like bringing your kids to like a restaurant or a fancy restaurant. Like you need to make sure that you have trained your kids to know how to behave in a restaurant before you bring them to the restaurant. Yeah. Right. And I think that's part of it. You know, I mean, me and my girlfriend have talked about this a lot because, you know, we were all kids once. Right. And like when we go to restaurants and we see kids behaving that way, we'd say to ourselves like, wow, if I acted anything like that when I was a kid,
I'd be in so much trouble.
I'd be in so much trouble. And the fact that like kids are allowed to do that now.
Yeah. Kids don't have a lot of consequences these days.
Or any. Like that's the thing.
Yeah. There's
like this attitude that like everybody else has to, oh no, that's just how they are. And it's like, you know, you need to accommodate me. You need to accommodate us. No. Parent your kids.
And you know who also accommodates us?
Who?
Our
advertisers. Beautiful. Great segue. Yeah, we're about at the halfway point. There you go. Ladies and gentlemen, this heated discussion was brought to you by the following fantastic advertisers. They make this show possible. So let's meet them, shall we? The Canadian Toronto real estate market is growing and changing every day. In these challenging times, you need someone in your corner. Jeanette McKenzie, Realtor at Forest Hill Signature, is committed to looking out for you. She'll go the extra mile to ensure you have all the information you need to make a decision you can feel confident about. Purchasing a home is one of the biggest financial investments you'll make in life. Don't leave it to chance. Call Jeanette McKenzie at Forest Hill Signature. She's my realtor, that's right. The place I'm in right now. She helped me find it and also the one before. She's my realtor and she could be yours. Call today at 416-523-0408 or email at JMckenziehomes@gmail.com. Jewelry forever. Conveniently located at CF Markville Shopping Center on 5000 Highway 7 East, Markham, they do custom-made jewelry, repairs, they change watch batteries, and custom laser engraving. all done on site. Jerry at Jewelry Forever, a fantastic artist, very gifted jeweler. Find him on Instagram and TikTok. You'll see what we mean. He's amazing. If you have a vision for something beautiful, custom you'd like made, he can make it for you. If you need something repaired, he can make it for you. And they also have a fine selection of beautiful goods already ready to go. And we have a great deal worked out with them, don't we, Regine?
Yes, we do. If you go in and let them know that Scott and Regine sent you, you'll get 15% off your entire purchase.
That's right, 15% off, 15%. Mention the show, tell them Scott and Regine sent you, get a great deal. Find out more at jewelryforever.ca.
Yeah.
Beautified by Romina.
Internationally trained hair and makeup artist. She is the official hair and makeup artist of the Sit Down. As you see, she does our hair and makeup for our photo shoots. She actually did mine last weekend for the Canadian National Miss Pageant. But she also does weddings, photo shoots, engagements, pageants, hosting, corporate shots.
Anything you need to be beautified for.
Yeah.
Find Beautified by Romina
On Instagram and Facebook.
That's right. If you'd like to advertise on the show, it's very easy, right, Regine?
It's simple. All you have to do is email us at radioshowad, that's radioshowad@gmail.com.
That's right. We do the show live every week, people, and we also do the ads live week to week. What does that mean? It means you can personalize them week to week. Do you have an event? A sale? Something happening at a particular time, a particular place? You let us know. We let your potential client base know in real time. It's a great way to build a brand new relationship with a brand new audience. Get in touch. radioshowad@gmail.com. And we're back.
Back again.
Guess who's back?
Shady's back.
Shady's.
Tell a friend.
Hi, everybody.
Guess who's back? Guess who's back?
Guess who's back?
Sorry. Can you tell I did karaoke last night?
Yeah. Did you do that song?
No.
Should have. Oh, so you went to the X recently?
I did. I went back, so I went twice this year.
Nice. I went once, and we were talking about it a couple episodes ago that I was going, and I just posted a YouTube short last night.
Whoa.
The heck is that?
No idea.
Can they hear that?
Let me check. Yep.
What is going on?
They can hear us, but they can also hear the rain falling. Nope, they can still hear it.
What's happening? What is this episode?
I don't know.
Oh, there. Okay, I don't know what the heck that was.
What was that?
It was the our screen capture thing for some reason. Anyway, I muted it.
Anyways, we're back.
That's
Sorry,
weird.
everyone.
Everything's happening, people. Everything that can happen.
If you've been watching since the beginning of the episode, we're so sorry.
What a ride.
Right?
What a ride, everybody.
Literally
I don't
the CNE. We're talking about the CNE and this happens.
Yeah. So I went to the CNE and we talked about some of the weird foods. And I tried one of them. I tried the cheeseburger soft serve
yeah, that's
ice cream.
gross. We were talking about that last week.
Yeah.
Ew.
So did you ever try it?
No, I saw it. Okay, so I oh my god. So I did see it. Did I decide to buy it? No. I went to the stand next to it and got a deep fried Mars bar instead.
Deep fried Mars bars are very tasty.
They are delicious. Whoever decided to fry chocolate bar. And I'm not a chocolate person, but I do love a good Mars bar. So
It melts very nice, and the
So
caramel and everything, it works very well.
anyways, continue. How was
So I tried the cheeseburger soft serve.
so gross?
It was there's no actual meat in it.
Yes.
The ice cream is a barbecue flavor soft serve.
Wait, is it like barbecue, like McDonald's barbecue sauce, or is it like a hickory barbecue sauce? Because there's a sweet and a hickory.
Yeah. If I had to pick which one between those, I would say it's more the McDonald's variety.
Ooh, I like the McDonald's one.
It's a very sweet barbecue sauce.
Okay.
And then the cone
Yeah.
is, they said it's a cheese waffle cone.
Oh.
I didn't really notice a cheesy taste in the cone, but it was like, the top of the cone is coated in like basically cheese whiz type stuff, like a cheesy sauce, kind of like nacho cheese.
Okay.
And then there was sesame seeds in it.
Yeah.
And then they had a pickle in it and a fried onion ring in it.
Okay.
I liked it. I wasn't expecting to like it, but there was something. You ever had dill pickle chips?
I love dill pickle chips.
Yeah. So I would equate. It doesn't taste like dill pickle chips, but you know how dill pickle chips have like a. There's like a. I find my experience
Like
with dill.
tangy.
Yeah, but it's like I like the taste of them.
Yeah.
But there's something weird about it that as I'm eating it, I'm like, I feel like I shouldn't like this, but there's something about it that I like.
No, I love pickles. So to me, it's like I wanted to try the dill pickle fries, but I've heard bad reviews on it. So
Oh, really? I feel like that would be good.
I was very close to getting a spicy dill pickle lemonade.
I mean, that doesn't sound.
It does sound delicious.
I'd be worried about the lemoniness fit mixing with the. Anyway,
Sorry,
so
continue.
I was expecting. So anyway, what I was saying was the barbecue sauce, like how you described the McDonald's one, how it's sweet. It's like a sweet flavor. It was like that, and because it was sweet, it kind of worked with the whole thing. Like the flavors just kind of worked together. Mm-hmm. I liked it. I will say this though, it didn't at all taste to me like a cheeseburger. Like I would say that
It tastes like a chicken nugget.
it didn't even taste like that. It tasted like barbecues. It tasted like a sweet barbecue sauce.
That's unfortunate. But I'm glad that you liked it because
Yeah,
I did see a family, because remember how I told you I was right there? I did see a family adult like eating it, and I looked at it and I was like, no.
Yeah. Well, like my girlfriend tried it and she's like, that's disgusting. I was like, oh, I like it. I ate the whole thing. I finished it. I finished the whole thing.
You know, when you say like a cheesy cone, like I was thinking like, you know, when people like bake or like melt cheese and then it forms into like a crisp. Like
Yeah.
I thought that would have been.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
It wasn't that. That's the thing. I think they could have taken more steps to make it more burger-like. But again, I don't know. Like, so I remember I've been to ice cream places where I can't remember where it was. Anyway, I went to a place and the flavor I ordered was roasted marshmallow ice cream.
Ooh.
Okay. And I bit into this thing and it tasted exactly like a roasted marshmallow, as in I was tasting the marshmallow and I was also tasting the like
Roastiness.
yeah, like that burnt element of like it's
Smokiness, yeah.
so they got the flavor perfect, you know? And so I think if they had really gone all out, they could have created a cheeseburger tasting with no meat. They can just you can create flavors pretty much of anything now.
Yeah.
They didn't do that for this.
That's unfortunate.
I mean, this basically just tastes like.
I think it's fortunate and unfortunate all at
That's the thing.
same
Like,
time.
what would it? I don't know what it would have tasted
Yeah.
like, right? I mean, the thing is, if you had created something that actually tastes exactly like a cheeseburger, and then have the cheesy cone, and like, it would probably taste good. It would taste like a burger.
But the difference is like there's so many varieties of a cheeseburger. Like what
yeah,
would you say? Like the McDonald's cheeseburger? Would you say a regular cheese? Like the the Burger King cheeseburger?
That's
like
true.
what?
well, like I would have liked to see like, a push towards the meaty taste. You know.
Coming from a vegetarian.
Yeah. You know, but I still enjoy it. Like I like the burgers taste good. Like I didn't stop eating meat because I didn't like it. Like it tastes good.
Oh my God. Speaking of CNE, because you said you stopped eating meat, I told you this the other day.
Yeah.
You know how they have like the agricultural farm
The like
thing
farming
going
area.
on?
Yeah, there's like animals and stuff. Yeah.
There was a cow. I'm not a vegetarian. There's a cow, black cow, who was like our distance from each other.
Yeah.
And they were minding their own business, eating their grass or hay or whatever it is. Grass. They don't eat hay, I don't think. Anyways, so they look up, make eye contact with me like I am with the camera right now, and just started walking towards me. And I'm like, oh my God, this cow looked into my soul. I can't do this. And I like tried to look away, but like we locked eyes for a good like 5 seconds. And I'm like, I can't eat another cheeseburger. I probably will, but it was just the fact that like
There was a moment.
there was a moment. And then my husband's like, oh, let's look at the pigs. I'm like, you bring me to the piggy section and I make eye contact with the pig. I am for sure turning vegetarian. There's no turning back from it.
I mean, they are very docile animals. Like, yeah, we were having this conversation the other day. And like, so years ago, I'm not sure how many years, but years ago, that same building in the CNE,
Yep.
you used to get a lot closer to the animals. They used to have you could basically reach in and pet them and feed them and stuff. But I can see why they got rid of that, because it's probably
stressful for the animals.
stressful for the animals. And also some kids don't know how to behave. Parents. But I do remember very specifically, I wasn't a vegetarian at this time, but I remember going into the area where they had the dairy cows, and there was an enclosure, and the cow was right there. And again, you can get, it's like the fence is here and the cow's right here.
Yeah.
So I was able to reach in and I was petting the cow. And I remember I looked into its eyes and it looked at me.
It's the eye contact.
Yeah. And I remember I looked at the cow and I thought to myself, this is a nice animal, And I remember even saying, I said, it would be nice if I didn't eat it, Now I didn't become a vegetarian because of that.
Yeah.
But it probably sat in my mind for a while, and it definitely probably it
Pick one.
Yeah. I'm sure that it helped in the decision when I ultimately decided to try being a vegetarian.
Yeah.
It definitely helped in making that decision easier, right? Because I didn't stop eating meat to help the animals, but it was definitely an added bonus, I guess.
I wonder how many people have turned vegetarian or pescatarian because of the agricultural farm and petting zoos and things like that.
There's probably some element of it, right? Because we know the industry in general is very you're not allowed to go visit. You can't go visit the slaughterhouse. You're not allowed to go they very purposely kind of.
It's not put it in that way.
Yeah, but they do purposely separate the idea that this thing you're eating is that animal, right? We're not they almost don't want you to even really think about that. They just want you to go, no, this is a patty. Here it is. Yeah, these are just chops. These are, you're not, they don't really want you to associate it, the idea. That's what they say.
Lamb.
Yeah. That's what they say. It would be very different if you had to go out and slaughter your animals yourself and then clean them and cut them up, there'd be a lot more vegetarians, they say.
I feel like it's a good thing. I don't know what I was going to say, but I'm happy that the food building and the agricultural building are very far from each other because I'm glad I ate before I went there.
You'd feel weird if you were sitting there eating a burger while there's a cow looking at you?
I mean, we did go to one of those pepperettes and dried meat stands, and I had a bag filled with pepperettes for my husband walking into there, and I'm like, I don't think I should be bringing this bag in here. Maybe that's why the cow looked at me, because the cow's like, you have
I know where you've been.
You have one of my buddies in your bag.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so sad to say it like that. But I think also the reason why the cow noticed me is because I was in a bright pink shirt.
I mean, could be. Is it one of those things where what does the bull see red, they charge, so the cow was ready to charge? Oh, no. It's like a bullfighting
because
situation.
the horses also looked at me too.
So it could be. It could be.
Note to self, I'm never wearing a bright ass shirt to the CNE again.
Because I think there's a... No, I'm not sure if I'm confusing things. But I know in general, red is it's a color that we associate with... it stands out for a reason to our eyes, and I think.
Do you think bright pink also?
Maybe, I don't know.
Because you even said, "Whoa, you wore a bright pink shirt." I did wear a bright pink shirt.
Yeah,
you would have seen it on Friday, but.
Yes, yeah. We almost recorded an episode on Friday, but then we in the end decided not to.
We chose not to. We were tired from the CNE.
Yeah.
When you went, were the was the air show on?
No, but
they were loud.
I've been hearing planes all.
Did you hear it on Friday
day.
from your building?
Oh, Friday.
Because they are loud, and I know that they were flying all throughout.
Yeah, I heard some yesterday, and actually maybe I did see Friday because I remember I saw a fighter jet flying around.
Yeah, they're loud.
Yeah, especially the fighter jets are Actually, I like the air show. One day I got to go back and watch
We should have not done the show today, and we should just went and watched the air show.
I don't think I've watched the air show since I was a kid.
I mean, I saw it on Friday.
Yeah. They're cool.
Oh, and I saw Argos players on Friday too.
Oh, yeah, I saw that. Yeah,
Yeah.
you mentioned that.
Yeah, they're just like randomly walking through the CNE, and my husband's like, "Look at that guy. He's like built to be a football player." And you just see like 5 of them with their jerseys and their helmets, and I'm like, "That's because they are."
Yeah. BMO Field is right there.
Yeah.
They're probably playing. In fact, oh wait, is today Labor Day?
No, tomorrow.
Labor Day's tomorrow. Because I know that there's the Labor Day Classic in the CFL every year.
Maybe they were warming up. Was there a game this week?
I think there is one, but it might be in Hamilton. Hey, International Deegans Podcast Raid. Hello, all of you people raiding. Hello, welcome.
What's a raid mean?
It means that like somebody who's doing their stream, they like send everybody over to theirs. Oh, something just happened.
I heard something.
Something was about to go off, but then it didn't.
That's cool. Hey, Raiders.
Yeah. Sup, people? We were just talking about our experiences at the CNE, cheeseburger, ice cream. So did you have any weird foods when you were there the second time?
I think going to the petting zoo or not the petting zoo, the agricultural thing kind of threw me off for a loop. So no. I ended up, I think the only thing that I had was those foot-long French fries. We almost got them again, but I was like, why are we going to do it again when we already had them?
I didn't see those, actually. I didn't see those when I was there.
They were there.
Were they're in the food building?
No, they were outside.
Oh. Because, yeah, my ice cream was also outside. It wasn't in the food building. Hello, beautiful people. Happy Sunday. Hi, everybody. Seven the Viking. What's going on?
Howdy.
Do you think you would become a vegetarian? Could you see that in your future?
I could if I was willing to make 2 meals. Because my husband would not be a vegetarian.
Oh, I see what you're saying. I see. Yeah, that makes sense. Because for me, that was, again, it was an easy transition because my girlfriend was a vegetarian. I was already pretty much, the only time I was eating meat was when we would go out. Yeah, if I was like at a restaurant or somewhere else. So I was already 99% there. So
I could see myself going pescatarian because I do love seafood. I just can't picture myself going full on vegetarian.
I see. Oh, here. Sea Captain. I'm vegan.
For 3.5 years. Best thing
I ever did. Seven the Viking is dedicated omnivore. We have this discussion a lot.
Ah.
I'm glad you clarified 3.5 years because I was like, what's a vegan 3.5? I don't know what that is.
It's a new kind of vegan.
Yeah, honestly, I switched to vegetarian after I watched the Game Changers documentary.
I watched it too. It didn't change my view.
Yeah. Well, I just didn't notice a difference. I didn't know, I didn't notice a difference in I don't feel any different. But
maybe because you were, like you said, you were already like 90% vegetarian already. So
yeah, 3.5 is the next level vegan. It's that tier, and then if you advance to the next stage, you could be 4.0, and then 5.0 is the top of the scale. That's how that works. Interesting. Yeah, anyway, I like it. But see, that's so what you're saying is, yeah, you'd have to cook 2 meals basically.
Yeah, and I don't think I can barely cook one. Not I could barely.
I mean, it's annoying to cook 2 separate meals.
Exactly. Yeah. And then it'd be like every meal that you'd have to, so you're making, instead of cooking 3 meals a day, hypothetically, if you were to eat 3 meals a day, that's 6 meals that you'd have to make.
Yes. Yeah.
I ain't about that life. I am not a chef. I don't work at a restaurant.
Yeah. It's definitely more complicated. And then the other problem, I mean, because what I found is there have been times when, say, I've gone to somebody's house or like gone to like an event, not an event, but like maybe a party or something, right? Hey, how come the thing's not like, so something just went off and
thank you to whatever that was.
Yeah, it's supposed to show up on the screen what it was, but for whatever reason it's not showing up.
It's okay. We've already had enough technical difficulties.
Yeah, something's wrong with the stream. We got kicked offline a little while ago, then we had a weird sound thing, but whatever that noise was, if you followed or you liked or whatever you did.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Also, if you are new, since a lot of you are just joining us, hello, welcome to the Sit Down with Scott Dion Brown, our weekly podcast that we do here on YouTube and Twitch.
Every Sunday at 11 a.m.
Yeah.
Hey, if there's not a technical difficulty, then it's not a live stream.
Exactly. Very true.
That's what it's all about. You're right. We figured it out. True. We got through it. Oh, yeah, I was about to say, what was I just saying?
You were talking about being a vegetarian, and then we were also talking about the CNE and the technical difficulties.
CNE.
French fries, ice cream.
No, but there was something specific I was about to say.
I don't know.
It was a good thought.
Oh, it sucks. It disappeared. It'll come back to you.
It'll come back. What are your thoughts on bidets?
This is a great segue. My thoughts on bidets. I mean,
Have you ever used one?
no.
Okay. Thoughts?
I think it's smart. So, being Filipino, I mean, have you heard of the tabo?
Yes. The tabo it's basically
It's a bucket or like a little
it's like
pail.
a pail with
It's
a
a-
little handle on it.
Yes. And so in the Philippines, people use that to clean themselves.
Yeah.
So it's technically
It's basically what
like a
is.
bidet, just more manual.
Yes. So I just installed a bidet toilet seat
You have a clean
yesterday.
booty.
Yeah. I'm a big fan of the bidet. I'm a big fan.
Yeah.
And I've been wanting one for a long time. And I was actually looking because like the Japanese toilets, and I think Koreans too have you can get really, really fancy ones.
Yep.
Like you can get ones so it's built into your toilet seat, and it's got a heated seat, air dried, a scent, filtration.
A scent?
Yeah, it puts a pleasant scent into the room.
Oh, I thought you said into your.
It just douses your bottom in a nice,
That might not be healthy.
Yeah. Well, anyway, so I've been wanting one, but then the reason I decided against getting one of those.
Yeah.
One, there's the added thing of I would have to have an electrical outlet put in behind my toilet. Mm-hmm. But then the other thing is, apparently they consume a lot of power.
And water.
It consumes water, but also because it's a heated seat. In order for it to be a heated seat, it's not like it can just turn on when you're
Yeah.
using it. So it's basically on all the time, heating your toilet
Tishy.
seat.
Yeah.
So whether you're there or not, it's heating it. So I was like, okay, I'm not going to get that.
Yeah.
So I was at Costco yesterday.
No, you weren't.
I was at Costco 2 days ago, and they had one there that was because they make ones that it installs under your toilet seat. It's like a little unit.
Yeah.
But I kind of didn't like that because it kind of lifts your toilet seat up a little bit. Mm-hmm. This one is it's a whole toilet seat and it's built right into it.
Oh.
So, and it's very simple. It doesn't even have hot water. It's
So
just
you have a
cold
new
water.
toilet at home.
New toilet seat.
Ah.
New toilet seat. Yes.
The good old booty splasher
Yeah,
is
that's right.
what Sea Captain 420 says.
Yeah, it's a big thing in mostly Asian households and here in the UK. Oh, there you go. You're in the UK. Cool. We're in Canada, Toronto. Hello.
From across the pond.
From across the
I
pond.
almost did an accent. I'm like, nope. Nope.
Yeah. I will say this. When I was in Spain,
Yeah.
the hotel I was at had a bidet. And it was kind of, I guess, the classic bidet where it's a separate, so you have the toilet here and then the bidet next to it.
Yeah.
The thing about that bidet, though, it's
Bidet.
that bidet, it's basically just a faucet
A knob. Yeah.
on a thing. So it's not even it's not targeted that it shoots at you. It's like a faucet. It's kind of on a diagonal, but I tried it and I found it was a lot of work. You're kind of doing a lot of it's basically like if you were just washing yourself in a sink.
Yum.
Yeah.
Cute.
So I found it kind of inconvenient to use.
Okay.
But the ones that they make now, it's so the one I got, it's cool. So you turn you turn the knob, and some water starts to spray, kind of in a misty looking thing. And what that's doing is it's cleaning the nozzle, self cleaning. Then you turn it all the way, and the pressure from the water pushes the nozzle. So it's the nozzle is inside the thing like this, and then you push the button, and the nozzle comes out like that. So it's literally you see a stick come out, whoosh, and there's a hole on the front, so it comes out, whoosh, and then it sprays upwards, right into your
Area.
And then there are two nozzles.
Okay.
One is labeled back, one's labeled front.
Oh.
Because it's for
Yeah,
women
I get
if they
it.
want to
Yep.
clear the front area. I tried them both, and I found the location is not that different. The location between the two is
I
not
was
that
not ready
different.
for that comment.
Well-
I tried them both.
Well, I was testing it out.
Does your girlfriend like it?
She refuses to use it.
Okay, fair.
She's
Oh, so this is just a Scott purchase.
Oh yeah. She again, I try, and I've heard this discussion too, right? It's like if a bird pooped on your hand, right?
Okay.
And I said, here's a napkin, right? And you just wiped it off with a napkin, right? That's not clean enough.
No.
You would want to wash your hands.
Yeah.
So apply the same logic. But I don't know, in her mind, and again, I think in North America, particularly, they have not really caught on in the same way. Although I think that's changing, but they haven't caught on. I think there's that idea that like, oh, it's just spraying water everywhere. It really doesn't. It's quite an isolated, targeted splash. You know what I mean?
The big old booty splasher.
That's right.
Yeah. Yeah. I guess it's, like I said, it's not different to Filipinos using a tabo. It's just less manual. Is it cold water? Wait, where does the water come from? Is it recycled from your toilet?
No. So yes, that's how it works. No, it's
so clean.
So on your toilet,
Yeah.
there's a part that comes out of your wall, and there's like the little hose, and that hooks into the bottom of the toilet. So when you're installing one of these, you unhook that, and you hook a little attachment that has like a little T shape.
Okay.
So it's the water goes into the toilet, and then a second hose comes off of that and goes into the bidet toilet seat.
Let me know how your water bill is at the end of this.
Yeah, I can't see it being that. Actually, I think it will save because.
Let's see.
Well, I will say this again because I like to be clean, and I didn't have a bidet. It's pretty typical for me to, after I finish my business, to like jump into the shower and like clean off.
Why don't you just use a tabo?
I mean, I could, but I don't. I mean, just jump into the shower and do it.
So you have poop feces in your toilet. I mean, in your shower.
Well, I mean, I think we all do. Everybody washes themselves eventually in the shower, right?
Just saying.
Yeah. But
Not
anyway,
anymore.
Not anymore. Because now I have a built-in bidet toilet seat. And it was only $80 at Costco, so I was pretty happy with it. Yeah. And again, it is just cold water. So they do make ones. They do make ones that have hot and cold.
So wait, is it hot or cold water that's splashing onto your booty?
Cold.
Ugh.
It's fine. It's not that bad. And the thing is, it's not like, when you turn on your cold water, it's not like ice cold, especially not right away.
Yeah, but imagine having a seated toilet seat and then cold water splashing on you. I'd be so confused.
Yeah, I mean, you control when you splash it. But yeah, I see what you're saying. I would prefer...
You have to like brace yourself.
Yeah. I would prefer the hot, right? My girlfriend was like, well, why don't you just hook it up to the hot water? It doesn't get hot right away. I'm like, just imagine though. Like that in a few seconds, it's going to get scalding hot.
Yeah.
Imagine if you have guests over who decide to try it.
I'm going to go to Scott's place just to try this.
Yeah. It's there. It's there. But what I was thinking of doing is I could...
Don't do a review video on it.
No, I don't think I will.
This is your review.
Although I guess we just did, yeah. Yeah. But I'm thinking like what I could do if I wanted to have hot or warm water is I could probably find another T-shaped piece of like a thing and run the hot from the sink and then have both going in there. But
you know what? Through all this, I appreciate your girlfriend for dealing with you and dealing with the bidet installment and encouraging you to change the temperature of the water. Yeah. She's a true MVP here.
Yes, and I think I'll be able to get her on the bidet train.
I'll
someday.
message her and be like, "Hey, have you tried? Are you on the toilet? Are you trying the bidet right now? Maybe she tries it when you're not around.
She might.
Well, she's probably on it right now.
One thing she did say, and she is right, is that this new toilet seat we just installed. So it's built to be so our toilet is like the elongated toilet size, right? Which is the larger size, and obviously, so the seat for the previous one was an elongated seat.
Yeah.
This bidet is also fitting that, but because it has to accommodate, I guess, whatever the
splash
is in it, the seat area itself is smaller.
Oh.
So it's like the seat itself feels like it's a smaller surface area, smaller hole, I don't think it makes a difference, but it just feels a little smaller.
Do you have a squatty potty?
In the one bathroom, we have a little stool. It's not the official stool, but yes. And actually, I've been meaning to get one for the other bathroom as well.
I don't know why I asked if you had one.
Do you have one?
Yeah. But the fact that you're talking about toilets, I'm like, let's continue. Do you have a squatty potty?
Yeah. I much prefer it. I think it's much more comfortable. You should look into, like, you don't have to buy the Squatty Potty brand, but having a little stool to lift to get your feet elevated a little bit, I think it's actually better to.
You could have
use.
just bought the 2-in-1 pack.
2-in-1.
Like you get like a 2-packer
Of what?
of a Squatty Potty when you purchase it from Amazon or something.
Oh, really? Oh, well, we don't have one. Like, we literally have just like, we had a random little stool that we just keep in the washroom.
Is it the same stool you use to like fix the lights?
I mean, we could use it. I don't know. It's actually, you know what it is? I don't know what it was originally for. It's just a little plastic stool. It's like this big. And I do want to get one for that washroom, though. Especially now that that's the bidet washroom.
To all of our viewers who just tuned in, welcome to our toilet episode of the Sit Down.
Yeah, I just wanted to, I just installed the thing. And I will say, just like review, so far I'm happy with this one from Costco. I wish I could remember the name. It starts with a B, whatever.
Bidet.
Oh, yeah. Bidet. Yeah. I think, Bronell, 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 I think was the brand.
This is not sponsored at all.
Yeah. Bronell. But I will just say, I'm, you know what? Let's say that I'm trying to encourage bidet use in North America. Because
Wonderful.
I think they're great.
And Sea Captain says, "Oh, Canada, that's awesome."
Land of the bidet.
No, it's not.
It's not. But
It's not.
Yeah.
Ooh, the UK. We've had guests from the UK on here before.
We have. Have you been there before?
No, but I was talking to my friend because she is the national director of Wales, Miss Earth Wales, Danielle Latimer, and I was like, I kind of want to go to Wales. Why don't I go visit her?
Yeah.
It's like $1,400 for a ticket.
Is it really that much to go? I guess it's pretty far. Yeah.
It's across the pond.
Yeah, you should
And then some.
put like in your Google Flights thing, have it send you an email when the prices
do.
drop. Oh, okay.
Thanks.
Good.
I already do.
Good.
Have you been to the UK?
I haven't. I really want to go though. I want to go to see,
I have a lot of friends there I'd like to see.
Yeah. And I'm very interested, obviously, like, for one, the music, like, all of my favorite bands are from the UK. And then obviously, like, Canadian history is...
We are part of the Commonwealth.
Yeah, and like, was a British colony. And so, like, I just to see this country's history, I want to go and see and just,
Road trip. We're going to the UK.
yeah. Road trip, although
Bring this up.
we might have some trouble on a road trip when we hit the ocean.
Or we could just trip to the UK and we can be those people with the flashing light hats.
Yeah, that way we'll wear it on the plane.
Pew.
We'll wear it on the plane on the way there.
With our sit-down T-shirts. There you go. We figured it out.
We'll see if we can get some like maple leaf flashing lights to wear on the plane.
There you go.
On our overnight flight.
There you go.
On that note, I think that's a good place to wrap up.
Sounds good.
Yeah. So what did we talk about? We talked about
The C&E. We talked
C&E.
about pageantry. We talked about your bidet.
Yeah.
Bidet. And the hats.
Good chat.
Do we miss anything?
I don't know. I mean, we didn't have to. We weren't aiming for anything, so I guess
we just talk to talk.
we didn't miss. People who rated, appreciate you guys. Thank you very much. CC, Captain 420,
Steven.
Seven the Viking.
Oh, 7. I thought it was Steven.
Yeah, thank you guys. Appreciate it.
You're welcome. Welcome to the sit down.
And Thomas, thank you for being here. Wapo Ako, thank you for being here. Regine, where can people find you?
You guys can find me on my YouTube channel for The Pageant Sit Down, where we go live every other week. But right now we are on a little bit of a break, enjoying the rest of what is the summer. Elizabeth is also competing, so best
Very
of
busy.
luck to Elizabeth Marnock, who is competing at the Captivating Pageant representing Canada.
Cool.
We are, so follow us on, subscribe to my channel. Link is in the description. You can also follow me on Instagram and TikTok at It's Regine Alaina. Oh my God, right here. And if you want pageant coaching, because pageants are still happening, you can follow my pageant coaching page at pageantcoaching.reginealaina. Scott, where can people find you?
You can find me right here, where you're watching this very video, youtube.com/Scott Dion Brown or twitch.tv/Scott Dion Brown, because we're on both. You can also follow me on Instagram and X at Scott Dion Brown. YouTube is the best place, though, because not only do you get the live shows of the sit down, but you also get everything else. You get YouTube Shorts, you get gaming, you get the vlogs, the music, everything. You know, I post everything on YouTube, youtube.com/ScottDionBrown. So hit that like button on this video if you're enjoying it. Hit subscribe if you're new. Follow on Twitch as well. Please also follow the show, The Sit Down with SDB on TikTok, The Sit Down with SDB on Insta, and Sit Down Scott on X. And yeah, follow us. Follow us and hit like, everybody. Thank you so much for being here. Good episode.
Yeah, thank you to everyone who joined in. If you are going back to school in a couple of days, if you are starting post-secondary and you've moved out and you're now in your dorm and you don't know what to do, thanks for joining us.
That's right. Get yourself a bidet to start off your school year.
Bidet.
Start your school year off in luxury.
With a clean booty.
That's right. I'm a big fan. And I guess we should end with be considerate to other people.
Clean your booty.
I mean, I guess both. Sure. I mean, I guess having clean booty is considerate to other people too. Yeah.
Oh my God. Have a great rest of your summer, everyone. Have a fantastic long weekend if you are celebrating Labor Day.
That's right.
And we will see you all next week. Bye.
Bye. Bye, 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 bye.